Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. The subject of this video is the Michael Jackson innocent adverts will be removed here in London. The Transport for London says it will be removing advertisements that proclaim Michael Jackson is innocent. And according to the decision comes after a sexual assault victim charity says it was concerned about the adverts that have appeared on buses and bus stops. The name of the charity is the Survivors Trust, and they said the message could discourage victims of sexual assault from coming forward. So the Transport for London department said that they have reviewed their position on this matter and will be removing these advertisements. And they said they have been rejected due to public sensitivity and concern around their content. Now, what the message actually says on the adverts is facts don't lie, people do. And then it's hashtag mjinnocent.com. As I've said, in this Me Too era, there is a lot of stories coming to light. Some are true, some are false. But I think it's important that both sides can be told, that both sides can be defended. If someone accuses you of something, you have the right to defend yourself. If someone posts disparaging things about you, you have the ability to react. And we're supposed to live in a time, in a world where there is freedom of speech, where there is freedom of expression, as long as it's not disparaging to others and harmful to others. And so in this Me Too era, victims and some alleged victims, as it pertains to Michael Jackson, can come out and say whatever it is that they want to say, and they can work with Don Reed to create a documentary that basically slings Michael Jackson through the mud and disparages his reputation and seeks to destroy his legacy because they weren't able to cash in on a $1.6 billion judgment, and they weren't able to get book deals, and they weren't able to acquire the financial accolades or whatever they wanted from the estate. So now they've gone about it this way to try to recoup money and to try to get fame and notoriety. So just like they had the ability to air this documentary that was in the States and on this side in the UK, in different parts of the world, the family, as well as Michael Jackson fans, as well as people that knew Michael Jackson, also have the right to defend themselves. And as I would like to reiterate, there is no evidence or facts that were even, how do I say, portrayed in this documentary. This was all subjective and all one-sided. These are two men coming out saying, this is what allegedly happened to us, and we want you to believe us, even though we don't have any facts, even though we didn't tell anyone, even though we lied to our therapist, even though in Wade's case I did 3 to 5 things, or actually at least 5 things, trying to pursue money, lying to the people around him, lying to everyone. He didn't realize that it happened to him when he was in his 20s. He didn't realize that there was anything wrong in his 30s. But all of a sudden he realizes something's wrong. All of a sudden he wants to come clean to everyone when he's had a history of lying and pursuing money. Just like they have the right to put out a documentary or whatever they do, whether it, even though it's filled with lies, let me say it that way, other people have a right to express their opinions and defend this because there was no proof or no evidence that was brought out. And so, to me, with the Survivors Trust saying that they're feeling like it will discourage victims from coming out because people will think they're lying, what the advertisement said is facts don't lie, people do. If someone comes forward and there's a history of facts, they have cooperation, they have facts to support their story or whatever, then their stories can be heard, then their predators can be prosecuted. But in order for them to get any justice for a civil judgment or for a criminal judgment, there has to be facts and evidence. So these victims can come forward. This advertisement is not preventing or discouraging any victims from coming forward. They can come forward all they want, but they're not going to get any civil judgment of money or any criminal judgment of money unless a jury can believe what it is that they're saying, and the jury is admonished to look at the facts in the case to determine the innocence or guilt of anyone. And that's what Michael Jackson already went through, was a jury trial where 12 unanimous jurors voted not guilty on all counts. I think there were 10 to 13 counts. So that's what happened in that case. This case has no basis of evidence or fact. Even if Michael Jackson was alive, a civil judgment or a criminal judgment cannot be even pushed because there's no evidence and facts. If they used the documentary as basis of evidence and facts, the jury would have to, it would be a hung jury or a unanimous decision for not guilty because there's no facts there. It's subjectivity. It's only a story of what they're saying that allegedly happened with no basis, no proof. All the footage that was showed on that documentary showed nothing. Michael Jackson was generous to children, was generous to everyone. That's what the footage shows. Michael Jackson gave them opportunities to dance at his different children to dance at his concerts. That's what it shows. It doesn't show any lewd acts. It doesn't show any inappropriate behavior. It doesn't show anything that cooperates with any of them said. All that they've tried to do is take innocent moments and innocent times of Michael Jackson's generosity to twist it, to make it look like it's pedophilic or pedophilia, but it's not pedophilia. It's only the people that choose to look at something twisted in their mind that that has a problem. That's their own problem. That's not Michael Jackson's problem. That's none of our problem. That's whoever's problem that chooses to look at it that way. And some people, everything is sexual in their mind. As Michael Jackson said before, people think of a bed, they think of sex. A bed doesn't mean sex. Somebody holding a child's hand, which a lot of people do, actually, that has been done several times. It's been done by royals. It's been done by royals around the world. It's been done by celebrities, athletes. Actually, that's the thing that has happened now. Every time now you see children walking on the field with the players, they're holding their hands. They're giving them a bouquet of roses or presenting something to them. They try to incorporate children now in sports and in different activities to give them exposure, to mentor them through the sport, because a lot of these children look up to celebrities and sports players and want to pursue that career or see if they want to pursue that career. So they give them internships and afford them different opportunities they can take up. So so none of the footage shows anything inappropriate, anything that is compromising. So as I've said, with the freedom of speech and with the freedom of expression in the Me Too movement, people can come and they can say whatever they want. Any person can be accused for anything, as I've said, without there being any facts, and people will listen to them. And just as that's said, I think that it's wrong that these adverts are being taken down. Whether you're for Michael Jackson or you're against Michael Jackson, everyone should be able to have an opportunity to defend themselves when comments are made. What does everyone expect to happen? For there to be two men, both who are proven liars, but one who has had a trace of being a proven liar, to come out with allegations against the biggest star, the most generous person ever to live in the world, and the most impactful, influential icon in history, And then for all the fans and everyone to just fall over and not defend Michael, for there not to be any documentaries to defend Michael, nobody to come out to defend Michael, and everyone just throw up their hands and automatically believe what two liars are saying without any facts or evidence. A person's it's not fair for a person's legacy to be destroyed or someone to be disparaged or thrown under the mud when there's no evidence or facts to prove what is being said. And I know I've said this at least 3 times in this video, but it's true. Think about yourself. Take Michael Jackson out of it and think about yourself. If you were accused of something and as a result, you could lose your job, you could not be around children, be able to work with children, and your legacy is destroyed, and there's no facts or evidence to support what you're saying. Someone just says, oh, so-and-so did this to me on Friday, the 12th of whatever, and starts coming out with these lies, and there's no evidence to support it. How would you feel? How would the people feel? So people are not putting themselves in their shoes. They're just, the people that choose to believe this are just thinking, we feel so sorry for, these victims or what they believe are victims, but they're not victims. They're not victims. But as I've said, everyone has a right to defend themselves. And in the Me Too era, like I said, I think things have gone too far with some people that are innocent being accused and convicted. And, well, I would say more accused, because once you've been convicted, the jury has found you to be guilty. So that's the jury that has found. But innocent people definitely have been accused, and there's fallout that has followed, some of the innocent people that have been accused, and it's not right. And as I've said before, Michael Jackson's legacy will live on, because, like I said, there are no facts or evidence that support people going against Michael Jackson, and that's why the ratings were low for both Leaving Neverland and for both After Neverland, Oprah Winfrey's interview. The ratings were low. It failed. Okay, because most people knew that there was nothing to it, and most people that watched it didn't even believe what occurred. There's a small percentage of people that believe it, but most people didn't believe what occurred. This would be a whole different conversation, and there would be a whole different, way that things would go up. People would go about things. If there was any facts or evidence. I wouldn't be making this video if there are facts and evidence to support what these men are saying or what anyone else has to say. And also, as Jermaine Jackson said when he did an interview on Good Morning Britain, I believe it is, I posted an excerpt of part of the interview that he did with them. And like he said, he wouldn't have been there to defend his brother and to lay out the facts if there was anything adverse to prove that it was true. And if Wade hadn't supposedly lied and testified under oath multiple times and denying over and over again that nothing happened to him. So, as I've said, there's no basis for anything that's going on. To me, it's troubling what's occurring, with this, because it doesn't stop survivors from coming out. What it shows survivors is that you need to go talk to someone and make them aware. You need to know that if you're going to accuse someone of something, that obviously you're going to be questioned in the court of public opinion, in the court of law. That there has to be some proof and basis for what you're saying. If you don't have proof and you're a victim or whatever, you can go and tell people, and there's people that will believe you, but there can't be any criminal or civil justice. And that's what people have to know, and that's how things have to work, because it's not fair for innocent people innocent people's lives to be disrupted. And so that's why there has to be facts, and that's all that the advert has said. And so they're pulling it down, but I admonish that we continue to put up these ads and to promote Michael Jackson's legacy around the world. As I've said, this is in England, but in other places, we continue to promote his legacy. And as I've said, to find out more of the facts, please go to Michael. It's mjinnocent.com. You can also go to michaeljackson.com. That's what I was going to say initially. Go to michaeljackson.com to support his legacy, and go to mjinnocent.com as well. As I've said, I advocate for survivors, and grew up with parents that advocated for survivors, and I don't knock anyone who's really a genuine survivor, but these two individuals are not genuine survivors. They're after money, and just as though they have told their story and put out their disparaging lies, Michael Jackson fans and others should be able to band together and tell the real story. And I must add as well, I do commend Taj Jackson and other Jacksons that are laying out the truth of the matter. I must say, though, that I also applaud many of the Michael Jackson fans. I thought initially that Taj Jackson had been the one to pay for the ads, here in London. And actually, it was Michael Jackson fans that band together on the crowdfund page. So I'm glad it's showing that the fans and people around the world are banding together to support his legacy and to reveal the truth of the matter. So I'll leave it there. Stay tuned for the next video, and feel free to subscribe. Bye-bye.